Now, one area of WooCommerce that not only causes confusion, but also has some big limitations is shipping. Now, if you want to create table-based shipping setups, it isn't particularly easy or straightforward. In this short video, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of a free plugin that may well help you get started with table rate shipping, and thankfully, it's pretty simple to set up. So let's just hop over onto the computer and I'll show you what plugin we'll be using, and then we'll get started setting everything up. So we'll be taking a look at Table Rate for WooCommerce, which is the flexible shipping plugin. This is the free version. It currently has over 60,000 active installations, and if we take a look, it's getting 5 out of 5 stars. So it is a good plugin, and like I said, the free version should cover most use cases for most users, unless you're a power user, where you may want to take a look at Pro. We're going to be focusing on the free version in this video though. I've already gone ahead, installed everything, and we're ready to start working. Now, to access the settings for the plugin, what we need to do is come into WooCommerce and into our settings section, and from there we're going to go into shipping. Now, we're going to set shipping up basically as we normally would, and if you're new to shipping and you want to take a look at just getting an understanding of how the normal WooCommerce shipping works, check out the link to the video in the description and up in the corner right now. Okay, so we've got a couple of options, and what we're interested in is the first one, which is shipping zones. We're going to add our first shipping zone in. So the first thing we're going to do is give this a name. So we're just going to call this flexible shipping, just so I know we're dealing with the right options. Then we can set the regions. Now, the regions is a way of choosing what country or location you want to apply this specific shipping method to. So for this example, we're just going to use the UK, which is where I'm based. And if I wanted to, I could limit this to zip or postcodes as well. So I could get really right down if we had some areas that are more expensive, for example, based upon the distance you may have to travel, various different factors, where you could set that up inside here as well. We're going to keep this fairly simple, but those options are there should you need them. Okay, let's just save the changes. And we're going to say we're going to add a shipping method. So let's add that. Now, normally you're only going to see flat rate and free shipping and local pickup. But we now have flexible shipping, which is the extra option. So we're going to choose that, add our shipping method, and that's now created the shipping method and told it where we want to use it, but we haven't set any rates yet. So what we need to do now is click to edit this, and then we can start setting up how we want this specific shipping to work. So the first thing we can do is give this a name. I'm going to leave it as flexible shipping. That's perfectly fine. Then you can choose whether you want your shipping rates to be taxable or not. Up to you which way you want to go about this. I'm going to set none on this so we just see the actual shipping value without tax being applied or anything else. Once you've done that, we're going to save the changes and we're just going to say we're going to add a new shipping method in. Now, this is where we can start getting creative and setting things up. First of all, we're going to say we want to enable this shipping method. Obviously, we want to set it up and have it to be usable. Next up, you've got your method title. Now, you can set this up if you want to, and if you're using a service like DPD or FedEx or UPS or anything like that, you can take a look at integrations with those specific services. I'm not going to cover that in this video because I want to show you how you can set things up manually, but if you want to, you can tie those in and you can have extra features available by tying it into those specific services. What we're going to do though is we're going to say flat rate flexi shipping, so we know exactly what's going on. If you want to drop a description in there, you can do. You can also set up a minimum value for free shipping. So if you're using this and you say, if you spend over $99, for example, you get free shipping, you can set that value inside there. Free shipping label, rule calculations, and so on. Now, we only have one rule calculation in this example, and that's sum. In other words, it's going to total things up for us. Then you've got the option for visibility and the default. Now, show it to logged in users only, so you may only want to allow people to see this if they have an account and they log in, up to you. Default, do you want to set this as the default shipping method? So if you set up multiple shipping methods, you may want to set one of those as a default value. And then you've got the debugging option. So if you find you're having a problem, you can enable this while you're testing things out, and it will help you get a little more information about all the information, the data that's being transferred, the methods that are being used, and so on. It can be really useful for finding any problems you may be encountering. Okay, so now that we've done those basics, now we can start getting onto the calculation. So you can see this is our rule cost, and we can set this up to work in a couple of different ways. So let's put the first rule cost in. We're going to say a charge of $4.95, for example. When are we going to use that? That's the condition. So we can say we want to use that all the time, or we can say based upon the price or the weight. So we may have prices based upon how much someone spends or the weight of total items and so on. You can use this to calculate those. So let's leave this set to always for now. We'll save those changes and then we'll test it out. So we'll hop over onto the front end of our site and we'll just add this to our basket, and then we'll view our basket. As you can see, we have one item, subtotal of £15, and you can see there's our flexi rate shipping set at $4.95. Let's just say I put 10 of these into my basket. I will update that. My shipping stays at $4.95. That's basically because the rule that we're using just says that there's a flat rate of $4.95 and that's always going to be used. Now let's say we didn't want to work like that. We wanted to set a charge for shipping based upon the total amount of money being used. So we're going to change this now to price. And then we're going to say from 001 up to 100 is going to be $4.95. We'll insert a new rule and we'll just say that it'll go up to $6.95 for the next tier. And we'll set the price on there and we'll say that's going to be 101 to 500, for example. So we'll save those changes. Now we've created a table-based shipping cost dependent upon how much money is being spent. We'll hop back over to our store. We'll add an item to the basket and we'll jump over and take a look at the basket itself. And we've got one item in there and you can see $4.95 is there. Now let's increase the value of this. So we set this to 10, update our basket. You'll see now our flexi rate shipping has gone up to $6.95. So that table is now being used to calculate how much money it's going to cost for shipping based upon how much money is being spent. Now you can stack as many of these on top of each other as you want to get as comprehensive as you need. But that's just an example of how to use it. Let's get rid of these now. We've taken a look at how we can set things up based upon the amount of money. How about working with weight? So let's insert a new rule, and what we're going to do is we're going to say this is based upon the weight of the items in our basket and our shopping cart. So we'll start off and we'll just say we're going to have a flat rate of $4.95. We're going to set this to be weight in kilograms, which is the unit I'm using. And we're going to set this, leave the first one blank. I'm going to set this up to 9. Then we insert another rule inside there, and we're going to say $6.95 for the next tier, which will be weight based again. And we're going to say this is from 10 up to 19. And we'll add one more rule in there, and we'll just say this is $8.95 weight based, and this will be 20 up to 50, for example. And we'll save our changes. Now, obviously, you need to make sure you've got items in your setup inside your catalog that have weights associated with them for this to work. Otherwise, there's nothing to check it against. Providing you've got all that set up, we can now take a look at this in action. Okay, so I've applied a weight to this money plant. I'm going to add that to our basket, and then we'll go over and take a look at our basket itself. So you can see our flat rate flexi shipping is $4.95 with one item in the basket, and that item weighs at 1 kilo. So currently our overall weight is a kilo. So if we set this to 10 items now, we go over that 9 kilo limit, and we'll just say update our basket. We see now our flexi rate shipping goes up to $6.95, which is the next tier. And finally, let's just set this to be something like 30 items, which will take us up into the next bracket. So we'll update that, and you can see our shipping goes up to $8.95. Now there is one caveat that you need to be aware of. Let's just say we set this to something like 100, which goes over and outside any of the rules we set up inside our table for weight. You'll find what happens is we say no shipping options were found. That's because we haven't catered for that eventuality. So you need to make sure that when you create your tables, you go from the lowest right the way up to the maximum or above the maximum value you think you'll ever have for a number of items that someone would buy. So just bear that in mind, otherwise you could come across this problem. Now let me show you one other way in which you could use this, how you could combine various different rules to create a more comprehensive set of charges. So we've seen how we can do this based upon the weight. But let's just say the weight was a differentiating factor and you had a flat delivery fee, and then the more items you added on top of that, each of those items, each of those quantities will increase that base value. So let's just say we start off with a base delivery charge of £10 or $10. So we insert a rule and we're just going to say this is £10, dollars, whatever you're kind of working with. We'll set that to be always. So we'll set that, we'll drag that to the top. Not that it makes any real difference. This is more of a visual representation that is going to make any difference to the way things are calculated. So what this is going to do now is it's going to charge a £10 flat fee, and then it's going to check the weight of the items inside the shopping basket or cart and add those based upon the amount of weight increase. So you'll see we still leave these based upon the 0 to 9 kilograms, 10 to 19, and so on. Save those changes. We'll come back in and take a look at our products, and we're going to do the same thing again. So only one I've set is money plant has got a weight to it. So we can say add to basket. Let's view our basket, and you can see we've got one item at £20, and if we take a look, our flat flexi shipping is $14.95. If we come back over and take a look at our charges, you'll see there's our $10, £10, and our $4.95 for our weight that sits inside 0 to 9 kilograms. If we come back over to that cart and we say we want to put 10 items in there, for example, we'll update that. And you see that now goes up to $16.95 because we've gone into that next bracket, and that's been placed on top of our £10 flat fee. So I hope that makes sense. So you can use this to increase surcharges based upon different criteria, and all these things stack on top of each other to create this table rate shipping. So there are a few different options you can do inside here. So you've got possible shipping scenarios, costs based upon cart weight, cart total, which we've kind of seen, adding a handling fee or an insurance cost after a certain order value has been added, creating cash on delivery shipping methods with additional costs. All these are the kinds of things you could do with the free version. The other options require Pro. But that's kind of how this table-based shipping works. The free version, like I say, is not going to be for everybody. It's not going to cover every eventuality. But if you're looking for something like this and you want a really simple way of setting things up, this could be a great option. Now you can check out this video on 3 simple steps to getting set up with WooCommerce Shipping next. And if you found this video useful, please feel free to poke that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and gently tickle the bell icon. However, if you didn't find the video useful or informative, well, you can slap that thumbs down button twice, as that works pretty well too. All applicable links are in the description below. My name's been Paul C. This has been WPTuts, and until next time, take care.